this is a practice that I practiced every day, a lot of the day when I was sick and going through leukemia and a bone marrow transplant. So it's called an immune boosting sequence. And it's very good for activating the immune system, and particularly the respiratory system, but also just white blood cells and our defence system generally. So it kind of activates the first stages of defence, which are the surface of our body, and then internally through activating the respiratory system, but also through activating the blood that's ultimately the kind of warriors that are in our bodies doing the work to disable and kill and remove the toxins. So the whole sequence is activating all of that. And also what I love to bring to Qigong is that sense of just cultivating both inward focus, but also really, I guess, learning how to bring in energy into our bodies and our spirit, and learn how to develop and cultivate it and store it as well, because increasingly in our lives we need to know how to do this, so we're not just expiring all day long. We need to really work out some practices that work to really fill us and nourish us. And so for me, this is a really good one for that. And I'm particularly teaching the immune sequence because I know it very well from practicing it so much, and love it. And so with Qigong, there's a little bit of magic involved. Like, you've got to suspend your disbelief and just really allow yourself to be open to feel the effects of the practice. And you might not feel anything, or you might feel incredible sensations of qi moving through your body or through your hands, or however that is. But I love to just encourage people to bring openness, but also bring a sense of real beauty and art and appreciation for the possibility of that. So we'll see how we go anyway. Just put any expectations aside of what you think it might be, or what you've seen elderly Chinese people practicing in the park, and we'll just come to it with an open mind. So, well, let's do it. So that we'll stand up and just move your mats back a little behind you, and your drink bottles out of the way. I'll leave the clock here so I can stay relatively on time. And almost always with the Qigong and Tai Chi practices, depending on what you're doing, but the base is feet just hip width apart or slightly wider, so that you can really feel yourself steady on the ground, and your knees are slightly bent, and you get this sense of just to start with anyway, just like the roots are coming out of your feet and just starting to enter into the ground. So you're feeling really solid as you're breathing and steadying yourself and calming yourself. So we're just going to start with loosening up the body with what's called 3 swings. So it starts, I'll just show you before you join me, but we just literally are just swinging around, loose through the knees and swinging around through the spine. So to start with, it starts with the lower back. I'll just show you the 3 before you start. The second swing, this one's the tricky one for people. You tend to want to go on your heel, but you open up through your toe. So you lift your heel up and pivot around, and it opens up a little bit further up your spine. Just maybe can try that. So just pivoting on your toe, not your heel. Letting your heel come to the front, if that makes sense. And then the third one, you're keeping that action going with your feet, and your arms are coming up and swinging around in almost like circular in front of you, up and around to the side that your foot is opening. So we'll just start gently with that. Feet are firm to the floor, facing forwards. And you're just, as you're swinging around, you're breathing out, so you can feel it almost ringing out into the centre and out behind you. And always that tongue pressed gently to the roof of your mouth and breathing through your nose. And just feel that loosening through your lower back. You might have some stiffness from yoga yesterday, or sitting, or from your massage even, or your bed last night, just loosening up through there and following your body to the movement of your breath. And now see if you can release your heels and swing around in that toe pivoting motion as you're going around, and see how it just accesses a little bit further up your spine. This is the second swing, just gently wringing you out. Your gaze is soft, or your eyes are closed if you feel you've got balance and steadiness. And the third swing, as you come to the centre, your arms are swinging up with you instead of just side to side, and out to the back as you swing around. This takes a little more coordination. Up to the centre, out to the side. Up to the centre, out to the side. Up, that's it. And you just get a natural kind of body swing that goes with that, and your breath is following there. And feel how that opens through your upper back and your neck more. Okay, and letting that go, coming back to the center. This time we're going to activate the lymph system with our hands, so just through patting. So if you follow my direction, we'll start just with a flat hand. Yeah. Down the outside of your arm and up, down to your hand and up the inside of your arm. Across your chest and down the right arm. Up the inside. Down through with two hands, down through the front body, across the chest and breast, down through your belly, your thighs, your shins, tops of your feet, and then up the backs of your legs slowly. You need to bend your knees as you're bending down just to support your back. And coming up. And we'll do this 3 times. So down the left arm again, around the outside, the hand, up the inside. And just feel how this is activating you. Particularly it's activating the lymph system, which is just underneath the skin. Down the front body, bending your knees as you're bending forward to protect your back. Waking up your venous blood supply too, the return of those veins to your heart. Down the left arm again, up the inside, and just one more round. Feeling that smacking feeling penetrating through to your muscles and through to your bones as well, waking up a little bit of the bone marrow. Through the back body. And just give your kidneys a gentle tap there. Adrenal system. Good morning, adrenal system. And so now with loose fists, we're going to activate the larger bones, so the bones that house the most bone marrow. And the bone marrow is the thing that makes our blood and makes our red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets, but it's really activating. So through the larger bones, we'll just start with the hips with really loose fists. You'll know what the right level of pressure is for you. Around the top of the hips to the back of the sacrum. So this triangular bone here, just giving it a little gentle punch. Through your ribs, gently tapping. Yeah, hello ribs. So around to the front, around to the back as far as you can easily reach, whatever parts of your ribs you can reach. Your sternum, giving it a gentle tap. These big flat bones are the ones we want to be working with the most. The clavicles gently, both sides. And see if you can grab your elbow and reach around to just have a little bash of the, what's this one called? The shoulder bone, shoulder blade. Your scapula. And the other side. And just probably using the tips of your fingers rather than your fists, your skull. All over your skull. Giving it a gentle tap. Waking up the bone marrow contained in there. Your forehead as well, don't forget.
And your brain.
And your brain. Hello, brain.
Brain.
Good morning, brain.
Brain.
You can stay aside for now. Your chin, your jaw, your whole jawline. And coming back. Whew, it's gotten like a light layer of sweat all through my body just doing that. Tingles, nice. So just coming back to that now, hips, feet hip width apart, and your feet are parallel facing forwards, and your knees are slightly bent. Like you're not in chair pose, but you're also not just bent. You're kind of somewhere in between, and really feeling that sense of anchoring to the earth. We're going to take an inhalation and breathe with our hands up to the sky and collect and gather the heavenly chi there. On the inhalation, and then on the exhalation, drawing it through the central channels, down to the dantian, to your womb, to your belly, to your base chakra, and then inhaling, standing up to collect the chi, and exhaling, drawing it down and through those central channels to gather and collect here. Taking an inhalation, imagining the sun and the stars shining the heavenly chi down on you, and you're gathering and collecting and bringing it through. It's all for you. It's all available to you. Taking an inhalation and feeling the beauty of that, feeling the possibility of that. And just taking 2 more in your own time, inhaling, gathering, collecting, drawing, really feeling it coming down through your hands. And the next one is a lung activation. So we need to create cups with our hands like this. So this part of the fist is open, and we're gathering and collecting the chi in the cups to put into our lung points, which are, if you feel around, so to the midline of the clavicle, so kind of find the middle point, and just a couple of finger widths down from there, you'll feel a point that's pretty tender. So if you just poke around until you find that tender point, that's the point. So we're gathering and collecting the chi in our cups like this. So swinging it up and cupping it into those points. And I'll just show you a couple of times. So it's an inhalation through the nose, short and sharp, and an exhaling also short and sharp like this. So through your mouth, out your mouth, like this. And this one we need to do 39 times, so Carly's going to count for us and stop us at 39. Thank you, Carly, my wonderful assistant. So we'll all start together. Just have a couple of goes. Inhale. Exactly. And let your head just be comfortable. And I want to hear your breath. You got it. So this is activating the lungs. activating that first stage of defense across the surface of your whole body, but also starting to activate the second stage of defense through your respiratory system, through strengthening your lungs against any pathogens that might be lurking around, ready to enter. So knees are soft, feeling the sense of the ground rising up to meet you. 39, and letting that go. Now we're just going to shake the body, shake it out. The whole body, really let it go floppy and wobbly, and give it a good shake and a bit of a bounce. Activating every cell in your body, waking it all up. And you kind of shake quite vigorously, so you can imagine that all of your cells are vibrating against each other to help move wastes, the wastes that accumulate just from our regular day-to-day cellular function, let alone anything we're exposed to or consume. Shaking it out, shaking it off, all through your body, through every cell. Great. And taking one long collection of qi through your inhalation, you're going to now shower that down through your body. So instead of bringing it down through your central channels, bring it down to the top of your head, just gently with your fingertips, traveling down through your head, your face, coming down underneath your arms to travel down your back body, so soft knees bending forward. Just with a gentle tickling sensation down to your feet, and then up through your front body. Letting your arms cross over at your chest so that your hands can travel down your arms as well. And as you get to your hands, they're creating a beautiful lotus to collect and gather some energy to bring around and shower you with again. So starting with the top of your head, down your face, underneath your underarms to travel down the back of your body. And as you get increasingly comfortable with this movement, you can move faster and start to move it with your breath. So across your chest and down your arms, creating that beautiful lotus to collect more energy, to shower you again, your whole body, down the back of your body, really feeling that sensation penetrating through your skin, your muscles, ligaments, right through to your bones. And as you feel increasingly comfortable with the movement, you're taking an inhalation at the top, exhaling down through your nose, always through your nose, and inhaling to come up. Collecting and gathering and going again. Just feeling that universal qi gathering and showering you with love, showering you with good intentions. Showering you with everything that's available to you in this universe. You might like to do a couple of rounds of quite fast, really one breath out to go down and one breath in to come back up. And just taking your last one now, showering down through your body. And as you get to the hanging down, just stay down. So make your knees quite soft so that your torso is is just laying across your thighs, really. Your arms are hanging. They can be in a folded position. And just let your head hang. Let the back of your neck be long. You're welcome to stretch a little bit through the back of your legs by lifting up through your sitting bones if you want to, but you don't need to. It's more of a back stretch than the back of a leg stretch. Resting and gathering your breath. Feeling the energy collecting through the back of your spine, in between every vertebrae. There's an opportunity to store energy here. And very gently, firmly pressing through your feet with a straight back coming up, opening through your arms and your chest, and gently rotating to the right and the left. As you rotate, make this sound. Breathe through your nose and this is the sound of the heart. Giving love and nurturing to your heart with your open arms. Your arms as the extension of your heart. Making this sound audible, really letting yourself feel it, letting your heart feel it. And as you come back to swing so making this shape with your fingers, you're bringing it to that lung point on both sides, taking a deep inhalation through your nose, and on the exhalation you're making this sound, zzz, all the way out, exhaling, 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 remembering your soft knees, until you get to the very end and you can't possibly breathe anymore and you cough. Breathing in again and zzz, and we're tapping these points. Zzz, this is for you, Leah. So we're really clearing out the lungs through extended exhalation as far as we can clear it out, and then coughing at the end to strengthen and tonify the lungs, but also move any mucus that you might have in there. One last time. Hearing that is the sound of the lungs. And letting that go. So I want to teach an energy cultivation part of a Qigong practice. And to start with, I think we can just go back to waking up the ends of these heart channels, our arms. So just really waking up your hands and that lower part of your arms, having a good clap on both sides. And finding that stance as we're doing this, waking up back with you, making sure your feet are really parallel. Attending to your feet this way. Making sure that the inner edges of your feet are facing each other. Yep, and this exactly. No, that's perfectly right. And hip width apart and feeling that sense of groundedness. I just want you to rest now with your hands at that Dantian center, so around our womb, our belly, our base chakras. Close your eyes. And just breathe here. Having a sense of the energy between your palms with your open hands, soft knees, feeling rooted to the ground. And as you're inhaling and exhaling, just letting your hands move with the inhalation and the exhalation. So with the inhalation, you'll feel a slight expansion in your hands, and with the exhalation, a slight contraction. It's only very subtle. You might feel a sense of warmth or tingling between your hands. You might feel nothing at all. It might feel a bit like treacle or some sort of sticky substance as you're expanding and contracting with your inhalations and exhalations. That sense, and if you can't feel anything, just imagine it. Imagine a sense of flow that's flowing up through your arms, through your chest and around to each hand. It's almost like there's magnetic forces between your hands that are somehow both attracting and repelling each other with your inhalation and exhalation. And as you feel ready to, you can just make that movement a little larger, playing with that sense of attraction and repulsion if you can feel it. It's almost like there's an energetic ball between your hands and you're just holding the edges of it, squeezing it together and letting it expand to its full expansion. And the ball starts to grow and become more expandable and more contractible. Your inhalations are gathering in your center, in your dantian, right down to your belly. Gathering that heavenly chi through the top of your head. And on the exhalations, you can feel it drawing up from the earth to gather in your center as well. So as you're playing with this energetic ball in front of you, you're feeling the energy come in from the heavens, from the universe through your inhalation, and come in and up from the earth, this wonderful world that holds us closely. You might like to play with your ball a little bit so it's round. Your hands can go to the top and the bottom, and you can play with your inhalations and exhalations there, maybe turning to the side a little. And feeling the different quality through the side channels. And rotating around to the other side. Always holding that sense of a ball between your hands. You might sense a weight to it or a colour. Or a sense of texture even. And coming back to the centre. Just see if you can pulse with the edges of the ball now. Just very gently, not with the inhalations and the exhalations, just pulsing with the edges. And your pulse might get a little wider, or it might get a little smaller. Just really seeing if you can feel the edges of this ball and what it is for you. Sometimes it's quite small, and sometimes it can be quite expanded and large. See where you can feel it for you. Where are its edges? And taking one last inhalation of expansion, I want you to exhale and focus your hands towards your danti and your belly, your womb, your base chakras, navel chakra. Making sure that your knees are soft and you're feeling rooted to the earth with the inhalation, drawing in through the top of your head, down your spine to collect in this center, and with the exhalation drawing up through your feet and your legs from the earth. Inhaling in and down and exhaling, drawing up. You might even feel your pelvic floor and your abdomen slightly respond to that exhalation, drawing up with it. Inhaling to soften and exhaling to draw up as you're channeling that energy that you collected in your hands into your center. Bringing your hands now up to the level of your heart and your solar plexus, focusing some energy in there. It's almost like you're giving yourself a big hug. And really feeling how the arms and the hands are an extension of our own heart and how we can feed back into that. Just simply with ourselves, without needing anyone else. Feeling a sense of love and connection to yourself and to the universal forces that are here too. Now raising your hands to the level of your third eye chakra. Nourishing and nurturing and feeding that sense of intuition. Your capacity to know. And keeping your knees soft now, opening your arms and your hands back out to the sky, to the heavens, to the universe. And just slightly looking up. And feel the vessel that you are. Feel that sense of the universe pouring love and energy down on you as you're open to receive. And receiving deeply every inhalation through the top, through the universe, the stars, the sun, the heavens, the moon. It's pouring down on you. And as you're exhaling, you're drawing it up through the earth, through the ground that's there to support you. As you inhale, gently looking up. And as you exhale, looking forward to receive from below. Let it fill your cup, literally. Feel that you are the cup. And slowly now, bringing your hands down towards your sides. And when you get to the midline, just turning your hands downwards. See if you can sense any energy there. As your hands are coming back slowly down towards your sides. Just rub the hands together, the heart center, just getting some warmth and energy there. And just giving our heads a little massage, our faces a little rub. We'll clean our faces with the energy we've generated there, rubbing them together again. And giving our kidneys a little rub. And just stand there for a moment and let your hands penetrate the warmth and energy into your kidneys, into your adrenal system. Oh my God, we need it there. Giving your hands another rub and placing them wherever on your body you feel you need it. Bringing your hands into prayer pose in front of your heart and bowing your head in gratitude for you all for showing up again to this practice and sharing all of this experience together. Thank you for coming this morning.